What's up, everybody? My name is Stefan. This is Zander. We are starting our Modern Times podcast, episode 1, tonight. We're excited. We want to come to you with ideas, conversation pieces, politics, sports, science, education, whatever you guys want to talk about too.
Motivational talk.
Motivational talk, yeah. Fitness stuff. I think overall, just you guys have something that you guys want to talk about, post it, send it to us. Give us hate mail, give us good mail, whatever you want, tell us, and we will make sure to talk about it. Getting back to the introductions again, my name is Stefan. This is Zander.
I'm Zander Kayali.
And we're ready. We're pumped. I think
this has been a few weeks in the making. We've been like talking about this since probably like a month ago. We really started talking about this seriously, and we just pulled out an iPhone one night and kind of filmed our first recording, and we were like, man, this is fun, like we should do this again.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of kept going. I like looked up some software, I found the video part, and then even by the second recording we were already doing like a split screen video podcast just with terrible mics, just with the mic on my computer. And now, as of today in the mail from Amazon came our mics and our booms and our pop guards and our fucking mixer. I shouldn't have just...
It's alright, you can curse. You could say fuck.
We're going to say whatever we want on this podcast.
Fuck, shit, piss.
Yeah, exactly. We got all kinds of gear now, and this is like sounding official. Like, this is like coming together.
It's really real, and I think one of the great things is that with like persistence and spiderweb like ideas and just kind of the overall aspect of us just like, yes, we're gonna do this. We can do this.
Yeah, dude. Like we literally have our own podcast now. Like this is kind of like for kids out there, or people that don't maybe have the most confidence in their abilities and like are maybe not so sure about what their future might look like. I did not know how to make a podcast 1 week ago, or we'll say 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And in this past 2 weeks, I've just been like looking up all these videos and just looking stuff up, and it's not that hard. Like, I'm happy to say that we have created our own podcast. This podcast that you guys are viewing is ours. Like, this is our little it's not a company, but I mean, we're in the hole right now. But I mean, this is our creation. Like, anyone out there can just, you can do what you want. You don't necessarily need a certificate or a degree to get a job, and to just get out there and start
to have
your
a voice.
path. Yeah, this is our voice. We just made this. Like, we just created this thing. Yeah. It's so awesome. It's kind of confidence building, like, in my own future, that like, wow, like I can just learn a trade, and like I would say I'm like a podcast producer now. That's like I'm adding that to my resume. I'm a podcast producer now. Like, yeah. And it's a self-taught certificate that I'm giving myself.
Yeah, and I think like one of the huge things is like if you guys are going to embark on something like this or do stuff similar to like what we're doing, overall, like we want to make sure that you're doing it with somebody that like you want to have as a friend, a colleague, a partner, somebody that we're gonna invest time. Like we've invested a good amount of time this last month doing testing.
Oh yeah.
You getting everything together with the equipment and
starting all our social media stuff up, and you're gonna be publicizing. I've already seen you talking to everyone around town, just like
I cannot not talking about it enough. By the way, this tasty beverage is brought to you by Voss.
Is that a crack or is that a hair?
That's a hair.
Oh, I was like, man, that thing's serious crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some Voss water. What else?
Got Nike.
We got some Behringer mixer
Behringer mixer.
Steph got some new Nikes.
Yeah, I got the new Nikes. Went to the Nike outlet and spent way too much money. Kind of like upset with myself, to be honest with you. But
these mics here are just like some pretty cheap mics. They're called Neewer. The brand is Neewer. It's like a whole bundle with the boom, the mic, and the pop guard, and the shade and everything. So
it looks. This is really professional looking though. Like, and it sounds pretty decent. Yeah, more than decent. It actually sounds really good.
Sounds way better than our stuff sounded before.
Yeah,
Trust
for
me,
sure.
Guys, we were sounding like some clowns.
Yeah, some George Clooney's.
For real.
I just stole your line. I feel terrible.
No, it's perfect.
But yeah, so maybe tell us, a little bit about like where you come from, where we're at, today, and kind of just let everybody know a little bit about Zander, since it's like the intro episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to do this because we've done so many pre-podcast episodes where we just like we're riffing and kind of practicing our mic skills and practicing everything. So it's hard to tell what I've already said and what hasn't been said. But this is the beginning, so we're starting over. So my name is Zander Kayali. I was born in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia in 1996, June 13th of 1996. When I was 6 months old, I moved to England and lived in England for a year and a half. I moved to Texas when I was 2, and I lived in Texas for 8 years, so from 2 to 11, we'll say. Mm-hmm. And I moved here in 4th grade when I was 11, and I've lived here in Denver, Colorado ever since, and I love it here in Denver, Colorado. Right now, we are in Centennial, a suburb of Denver, just south of Denver, in my parents' basement, where our studio is right now. So,
that's right, ladies.
Yeah, living at home. Got this whole basement to myself.
It's called smart investing. It's called smart investing.
Oh yeah, saving that money. Maybe in the future I'll have some money saved up to spend on you ladies. So. For now, not so much.
For now, it's like maybe some discount food at Izakaya.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 20% off at Izakaya. Then I get whatever my mom buys from King Soopers. Some Keurig coffees and stuff like that. Cook some eggs for breakfast. But,
ooh, so they're getting breakfast from you too, ladies. Man, this guy's talented over here.
I can cook up some breakfast, ladies. I like avocado.
Ooh, I think everybody kind of likes.
Everyone loves avocado, especially on eggs. Like eggs, avocado, cheese, tomato, mushroom.
It's a good
pepper. Oh man.
Oh man! All right.
But, let's hear a little bit about you.
Yeah, man. So my name's Stefan. I also reside in the Denver metropolitan area. I also live in a small suburban town that is getting overpopulated by a tremendous amount of people, and Castle Rock as well. I also, before coming to Colorado, I was born in Long Island, New York. Shout out to L.I. Strong Island. Ooh, New York City, where dreams are made and also dashed. We do have the best pizza, the best Italian food. We do have the best, probably, I would say, Mediterranean food. I will go about saying that as well. I would also say...
In America.
Yeah. And I would also probably say we probably have the best of everything.
Pizza in the world, though. How about in the world for pizza?
In the world, gotta be top 5. We're getting off top.
It's gotta be like top 3.
I'll be generous and say top 5.
Okay.
I don't know where in that list.
I mean, like, is pizza good in Italy? Is pizza even an Italian
It's flatbread.
Food? Like,
it's flatbread. It's not like how we eat it.
It's not, some,
but flatbread's good too. Like, your boy can put down some flatbread for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really a pizza guy. It's never been like everyone on their like Tinder accounts is like, oh, I love pizza. And I'm just like if I ever match with someone that says something about pizza, I'm like,
life is tacos.
I'm like, sorry, I don't like pizza that much. Like, pizza doesn't really do it for me.
That's like your opener.
And then,
sorry, ladies, I don't.
And then they don't respond, and then I get unmatched, and then I'm like. Not
was it because of the pizza?
Yeah.
You sit there for a second, like, was it really because of the pizza? All right. Well, I guess we'll move on. But yeah, so lived in Long Island, New York, 20 years. Did a
20 years?
20 years. Yeah.
So you moved from Long Island when you were 20 years old.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I did a year of college. I kind of mix in like 1 year of that 20 years. I mix in 1 year at least. In Charlotte, North Carolina, I went to college. One of my buddies who's going to be coming out here would like to do the show with us, or at least maybe episode 2 or 3. We went to go play lacrosse, and a lot of the guys, they got scholarships and this, that, and the other thing. I passed on a scholarship to another college that I was offered, which was probably the biggest mistake of my life, to be honest.
For what? Scholarship for what?
For athletics and education. I was going to get $12,500 a semester.
For lacrosse?
For lacrosse in my grades.
Damn, son.
Yeah, to go play at Limestone.
Where did you find that?
Yeah, I was going to go play in Limestone in South Carolina, but I chose to elect to go to a school in North Carolina in Charlotte called Queens. And when I got there, like, I was super jazzed and excited, but I think I was more into the social aspect Because like when I went to college, and not like that there's probably any much of a difference, but I just didn't feel like there was a proper connection with my peers and like the people who were teaching me. And not that I'm saying that I'm like this smart guru, guy that I know everything, but it didn't feel right.
Like welcoming.
I don't know.
Just like
yeah, there was some personal stuff that didn't feel welcoming. I mean, there was, with playing lacrosse, it's like kind of like a mini fraternity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so I wouldn't say there was hazing per se, but there was definitely, as we say, some George Clooney's. And I will say though, I met some of my best friends at college, or at least or people that were like significant in my life and are still to this point right now, that will never leave my life. That I would hope that they would never leave my life. So, but overall, we got Zander over here messing with our stuff. He's just so excited about all of our new gadgets and gizmos. And then after Charlotte, dude, I went to after Charlotte in New York, I moved to Florida. And I met my ex-wife, and we had our first kid.
Damn.
And then she was originally from out here in Colorado, and then we moved here about, I don't know, I would say about 5 years ago, and then a year into me being out here, I met you guys. And
yeah.
After that, it's been...
So wait, you moved out here...
From Florida.
From Florida
about
5 years ago?
5 years, 5-6 years ago? 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago. To Colorado, and then it was about a year of us being here, and then I just walked my happy fat ass into that amazing gym, Easton Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Centennial.
Yeah.
And I got to meet you and Jake and Professor Matt, Professor Nick, Professor Snow, everybody, Professor Valor, Coach Brian. I mean, it was like literally an instant welcome party. Just like everyone was like, dude, you want to do jiu-jitsu? Get over here, and so...
Yeah, to our listeners, if you're in the Denver area or South Denver area, head on down to Easton Training Center Centennial. We have like an awesome team there in terms of our students and our coaches, our kids' coaches, and our competitors. We have like some amazing jiu-jitsu for all types of lifestyles. Like something I think about jiu-jitsu is like everyone has a different path, and everyone has a different lifestyle, and everyone has a different schedule. And jiu-jitsu fits itself into everyone's life differently. Like, jiu-jitsu literally, like, you hear the terms, jiu-jitsu saved my life, stuff like that. Like, jiu-jitsu seriously changed my life so much. Like, in, like, unmeasurable amounts. If I could get all the money back that I've given to that gym and all the time and everything. Like,
I don't think it would be worth it.
And if I could just have this like $4,000 transfer into my checkings account right now, but I wouldn't have any of my skills or knowledge or lessons in life that I've learned from training, I certainly would not take that. Not at all. No way. I am so happy that I started training almost 4 years ago now, and it has changed my life, and it fit into my life so perfectly. It was exactly what I needed. I needed like a sport and something to care about. Like, up until that, I had no passion in my life. I did not care about anything. And like, that's something I really needed, was something that like to look forward to, and something that motivated me, something to set goals for myself in terms of competition, or just like submissions that I'm going to hit in the room, or just like... And
even some personal goals for yourself too. I feel like it also helps, tremendously with not just you, but anybody's discipline
for sure. And my physical, I literally was like 220 pounds and soft as shit when I started training. And now I'm like not so soft, and it's good. So that thing has changed my life. Like, that gym, I don't know, I'm sure if I trained at a different gym, I would have fallen for it and everything, and I would enjoy it just as much. But man, we have such a welcoming home environment at Easton Training Centennial. Easton Training Center Centennial, like, it's seriously the highlight of my day when I walk in that place. It's like the treat. It's like my escape place to go to. It's like my second home. I love spending time at that gym. So
what I like about how you were saying before was like it somehow fits away in your life. And I think one of the great things about our school, out of all the Easton schools that we have in Colorado, what I love about it the most is like, no matter what's going on in my life or my schedule, and if I come in once in 1 month, or if I come in weeks, or if I span it out and I don't get to come in and I don't try to stay. If you guys are going to join, try to pay regularly. But like if I got to put a suspension on or something for my gym fee and everything like that,
gets in the way.
They get it and they don't exit out of my life. I mean, I still have Professor Valor or Professor Matt or Professor Ethan or somebody check in. I literally would say these people, including yourself and Jake and Grant and multiple others, Ian, the squad. I would say the four horsemen. Dimitri, I would like to call it.
Dimitri's like the young cat.
Yeah, for sure. And what I would say is like I don't think I would like my college friends. I don't think I'm gonna ever stop ever talking to you guys. I don't. Even if bullshit happens or people get angry or something like that, it's something where the school has said, it's this is small. Like whatever's your roadblock right now is small. Mm-hmm. Take a step to the right and then continue to persist forward.
Yeah, don't turn back. Don't.
Exactly. And anything, right? Like, if I have a situation happen at my jobs, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a situation at the nightclub or there's a situation at the retail store or anything like that. Yeah. It has taught me to just like breathe, put my head down, we're going to keep going. And I think that's like one of the hugest things that like can be given to somebody. It's a self-empowerment.
That's an awesome lesson that like fit into your life, and it's interesting. I learned like some different lessons from jiu-jitsu. Like something that I learned is like it's almost like how I was talking about the confidence with this podcast thing.
Yeah.
It's like before I was never like good at anything. I was like decent at all sports. I was like okay at all sports.
You were athletic.
I was like kind of athletic, soft as shit. But not an athlete yet, but I was capable of like becoming good at stuff, but I had never had the discipline and the motivation and the liking of something, the passion for something to stick with it and get good. And like I just like seeing your own progression, just like I went nuts with it. When I started training, I trained like every day, like almost twice a week.
I would say when we first started, we were regularly in there at least 4 to 5 times a day, or 4 or 5 days a week, like twice a day.
Yeah, like 2 a day is like as much as I could. Like now I train about half as much as I did in my first year of training.
Yeah,
about half as much as I used to, and because I got obsessed, and I would see myself. Just in months, I would see myself surpassing people that come twice a week, only do like 2 or 3 classes a week, and I was doing like 6 or 7 hours of grappling a week, and I was just seeing myself getting better and picking up submissions and all this stuff, and it like gave me confidence. Like, wow, I just like had no skills in grappling. I was the worst person when I walked in here. Every single person in this gym could have jacked me up the first day I walked in, and after just a few months, I was not the worst person in the gym. I had like actually seen tangible improvements in my abilities, and like just learning that like have to have some confidence in my ability to learn and to get better at things is like helped me in school. It's helped me like
start this.
It's helped me start this. It's helped me have confidence in school, or just like work ethic in school. Just like make me know I have to sit down and just do this. Like as much as I don't want to do this, even though I'm procrastinating this stuff right now, I still wrote like a page and a half today, so that was cool.
Okay, yeah. Just to let everybody know, Zander is in the stresses of finals week. And,
this is finals week. It's Monday today. Oh, we didn't even say the date. Today is July 23rd of 2018, Monday.
Just like Jordan, 2-3. Just like Jordan, 2-3.
Yeah, 2-3, just like MJ.
But yeah, so he's in
this Monday of finals week.
The struggles.
I got a big like term paper due, and I've got my final test the following day. So the paper's due Wednesday, the test is due Thursday.
But you've been working gradually, like when we've been touching on about like the self-discipline, like. You've disciplined yourself. I mean, over this weekend, we were doing this, we were, training, we've been working, we were, nerding up playing games and stuff like that, I think, like, one of the things is that each time, though, one of those days would happen, you're like, all right, I got to set aside an hour or two to make sure that I'm working on this paper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how time management is a lesson I've learned through school for sure over the past few years. I've done plenty of failing, and oh no,
gotta get an EpiPen.
Oh no,
it's okay, it's all right. But anywho, you know, I think like one of the huge things, you know, what we want to try to again talk about is you know, we've all been there. We've all had the tough times. We've all had the great times. You know, I think what we want to try to do again, like I said, is to continue to make sure that people are being taken care of. Maddox, I'm gonna die if you come near me.
All right, Max. Hey,
get away.
Stab him with that.
He's like, stab him or don't stab him. There's another one coming.
No.
Oh no!
All right. No.
So the issue, I guess, to let everybody know is that it's not that I hate cats. It's just that I'm deathly allergic. I wouldn't say deathly allergic, but I would just say allergic. And, you know, when we first set this spot up, it was kind of funny because I forgot that Zander was a cat owner. And so we were totally jazzed. We're like, oh, we got a spot. Like, it's like, yeah, we can do it in the basement of the house. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then the cats came in. And, like, I even, like, remember, like, there was one test recording that we're doing, and I'm, like, just sitting, like, panically, like, holding my inhaler and just kind of, like, trying to, like, shout out to the kitties out there. Shout out to Maddox.
This is Max.
Max, excuse me.
Maddox and Max.
And, but, you know, we're gonna be shooting here. We're gonna be shooting, at my home location in Aurora. We got some spots. We're gonna make sure that we're regularly getting to you guys at least maybe once, twice a week, and also having like decent topics of conversation. You know, we want to be able to spark whatever it might be in here that will hopefully, I don't want to say change your life. Like, we're not here to be Dr. Phil's and Oprah's and stuff like that, but we want to be able to be a voice,
impact people,
and then have them impact us too. I think that's
for sure.
You know, because you always like hear these things. It's like, you know, if it wasn't for your guys' show, like, I'd be like in a ditch somewhere. Like, not that I'm saying that we're gonna get people that say that stuff to us, but if we ever did, I'd probably be like one of the biggest compliments I would ever get, besides like whatever my kids would say.
Definitely attainable. Like, just like I tell you all the time, like, Joe Rogan's podcast has a huge influence on the way I think, and on my ideals, and even the way I act and the way I see things. Like, it's actually changed my perception just listening to his podcast. So,
and we want to touch
to influence people just like he's influenced me.
Yeah, and we want to touch on like a lot of points of stuff that he's touching on. I mean,
and it's not like every person in the world listens to his podcast. Like,
yeah. And I don't know if it's just due to the fact of they just don't know who Joe is, if they don't know.
Well, I mean, he does have the most popular podcast in the world.
I'm sure. Yeah, you know, like yes. Statistically wise, yes.
Most downloads, most views.
Get it. But I'm sure if there's people like, hey, do you know Joe Rogan? Like, if you went to King Supers or Safeway.
Yeah, everyone wouldn't know Joe.
And if you were to say, do you know Joe Rogan? I'm sure you would.
About half would.
Yeah, I would say half. So, but like, you know, we want to be like the little brothers that he never wanted.
You know.
They're back again.
Oh my! Both?
Just one. That means one will follow. I was letting the audience know that we're gonna be shooting here, and most of the time.
This is probably like the only time we're shooting here. Just because the equipment came in here today.
Yeah, no, but I told them we can shoot here. We'd probably shoot at my place, or wherever that might be. We might even just, like I said, I might be talking to Junior about at least getting the basement to be the studio, even if even if we move, you know.
Because there's no room in the basement, right?
There's no room. Like, well, there's like no
have a studio.
Yeah,
and we could just like maybe crash on those couches if we get too jacked up. If we get too juiced up on some stuff.
Yeah, and when we say juiced up, we live in the great state of Colorado.
Juiced up on all the goods.
On the good goods. Nothing HGH or steroid use going into our bodies.
Only legal stuff for 21-year-olds.
Exactly. No. Yeah, exactly. And so
we're not gonna break the law for you guys.
Yeah. If anyone's like, hey, can you like send us stuff since you live in a legal state? That's an immediate no. But I do have a friend that would risk it for you. I'm not gonna mention his name, but
gotta risk it for the
biscuit. You know, Don't creep into our DMs asking us. Simple as that. I guess maybe one topic point, and I know we might have a few ladies that are just like, ugh, guy talk, sports. And there's some ladies that do like mixed martial arts. But we got UFC 227 coming up. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Conor McGregor's next court hearing he's got coming up here. Yeah, so if you guys don't know who Conor McGregor is...
Stop listening.
Well, no.
How about you put this on pause, open another tab, and Google
Conor
Notorious McGregor highlights, and just watch him spinning back push kick Chad Mendez's solar plex into negative space.
So Conor McGregor, probably
the most accurate, best timed striker with the best timing. Most accurate striker with the best timing. He's not necessarily the most powerful striker. He's not Mike Tyson laying one. He throws hard
bombs.
Left hook.
He's knocking down 170 pounders.
He's knocking dudes out.
Yeah, and he's knocking dudes out.
He's knocking dudes out with his timing and his precision. He's just placing it.
Yeah,
he's
totally
placing his shots like they're powerful enough to knock you out, but it's all about his placement and timing on why he's getting knockouts.
Yeah.
His precision, and he's so on point, dude.
And so
he's one of the best strikers to live.
He comes from Ireland,
Ireland. He's from Ireland.
Blue collar, hard-working town kid. If you don't know the story, he was trying to.
Of the Irish, eh?
He was trying to become a plumber. He walked into a gym, was living off, social welfare and stuff like that.
SWAT stamps.
And just overall, grinding life. Got with a great gym like we've gotten with, took him into boxing, took him into jiu-jitsu and other tandems of mixed martial arts, and he made his steady rise in the European ranks. Somebody caught him from the UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, ran by Dana White. Mm-hmm. They found him, or they saw him on something. They must have got something to find him.
His British.
His
Breitish league, and dude, he was piecing dudes
people
up.
Yeah.
Oh my
easily.
God.
I don't want to say easily, but he breezed.
He ran through everyone.
He breezed through everybody, and I think he might have caught like one loss in his amateur upbringing. But with that being said, I got this scab from jiu-jitsu on my heel, and I just got this sock crust just right in there.
Conor's an undeniable great. He's gonna be a legend, and mainly his biggest statistic is his marketability and his and his publicity. He's the.
Is it marketability and publicity, or is it that he just shows up? One of your key phrases. He just shows up at any opportune time. Let's talk about his upcoming court case and why he got into the situation. So his buddy, one of his training partners, Artem Lobov. I can't even say
Lobov. Yeah,
Lobov. Sorry, Artem got into a confrontation with a rival fighter of Conor's.
Yeah,
and
Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
Khabib is another great mixed martial artist right now.
I wouldn't say great. I would say he's one of the best. He's up there with Conor.
Yeah, he's great. He's
better than Artem. He's better than Artem.
He comes to Artem, and there's some words. Some people said he said this. Some people said he said that. From what I've heard was just tell your boy not to come back because I'm going to hurt him or kill him.
Serious threat.
Like a serious threat.
Yeah.
And in less than 24 hours, Conor and a bunch of his good old Irish buds. You say goods, I say buds. Because
clown posse. It's the same clown posse rolls out.
There's a bunch of juggalos just running out with him. No.
Swanging.
So Conor he flies from Ireland to New York, stays overnight. He's like, all right, I got something for these motherfuckers. You're gonna come talk to my boy. You're gonna threaten him and me. We're gonna have a confrontation. And so he gets to New York, they're waiting for a press conference to happen. Press conference happens, right? After the press conference, Conor McGregor, Artem, and a bunch of that posse, the Buds, surround these vans, these tour buses, these like little buses that transport fighters. When you get into certain promotions, I mean, they might provide travel, and hotel and this, that, or the other thing. Mm-hmm. The UFC was providing.
If you're moving from the hotel
to the venue, exactly, to the venue. They might provide, like I said,
weigh-ins.
Exactly. They provide transportation and basically like living expenses for the fighters.
So these fighters are not spending money out of their own pocket.
Yes, and some of them do. Some of them still do. I will say that some of them still do, or they at least get like a heavy discount or something.
It's funny that like Rose was on that bus. It's like she's balling enough to go get an Uber.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, is she balling enough? That's a story for a different day. We're gonna.
Shit, bro.
She trains,
hold on. She trains with Melvin. Let's get her on.
let's get this through. So
I seen her around,
So Conor and the posse get to these buses because he wants to confront this guy named Khabib who just basically threatened him.
This one guy who happens to be like the best grappler to live ever.
He threatens him and Artem, and he's like, dude, he starts losing it. I mean, he's going after every freaking bus that's got fighters on it, trying to find out. He finally finds the one. We're talking slamming the glass, doing stuff, cursing, screaming, picks up a dolly. A moving dolly for packages and stuff like that. He picks up a dolly, easily probably, I'm going to say 30 pounds plus.
Oh, yeah.
30 pounds plus.
40 pounds,
yeah. Whatever it might be. 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to huck it at one of the vans that this guy, Khabib, is in. Huge issue.
Right at the door. It was right at the folding door, right?
No, it was actually at one of the windows. Yeah. Oh. And so...
Was it Mike Chiesa?
So it was Mike Chiesa, Ray Borg. It also had...
Rose was right
Rose
next
Namajunas.
To it, but she didn't get it.
Yeah. And then it had Khabib. And then it had like a lot of the top coach, like, whoever's the head coach of that fighter. Not the whole teams, just the head coach corner guy.
Okay.
And so... he hurls this thing I'm a huge fan, but like when I'm watching the video, I'm like, oh no, bud, what are you? And if you don't know Conor, he's very outspoken. I mean, very outspoken. He like you said, he shows up, he tells it how it is, big dick swinging. You know what I mean? Like he's coming to town, and that's that. And so with that being said, he hucks this thing, it breaks. You got poor Mike Chiesa just split open bleeding. You got Borg getting glass in his eye.
His retina got cut.
Which, I don't even know. And the dude had glasses on too. Like, and he wears it
could have just like got right in the bottom.
Just to show though, I guess, like how destructive. I mean, you're talking like just like glass everywhere.
So unthought. It's just so.
He was angry. He was heated.
Yeah.
And I think he just... I know that he fully regrets it. Because now, what I want to talk about with the case is this. So he's got trial coming up in the next few days. I think it's the 29th. We're on the 23rd, so we're about a week away.
Oh, shit. I didn't know it was that.
We're about a week away, and supposedly rumblings and rumors is he's taking a plea, and the plea might be getting him full deportation. Like, he won't be able to fight.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S., potentially.
But the UFC is just going to be like, all right, word, I'll see you in Ireland, bud.
Well, the question, and I think the thing is this... Or Russia.
My boy Khabib.
And let me tell you something. I don't know if you saw some stuff on Bleacher Report a few weeks when they were doing FIFA. He's got a little compound. All right, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So the court case is next week, and he's taking a plea, potentially... that might end up him not fighting in the United States.
This is just word on the street.
Word on the street. We're not saying it's definite, but just word on the street stating that he might not be able to fight in the U.S. anymore. And what I think to that is like that's his main, source of market and fandom. I mean, obviously Ireland and other parts of Europe, I'm sure, look up to him any great NHL superstar coming over from
Canada,
Europe, Russia, Canada, or whatever to come play in the NHL. Like, I totally get it. That's like the pipe dream now for pretty much every Irish or European kid is like, hey, I'm going to be like Connor. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to be marketable. I'm going to go in there, kick ass, and take names. I'm going to get paid. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look good doing it. And then that's it. I'm going to retire as one of the greats. You know, and I think, you know, here's the issue, though, now is that he loses, potentially, an entire market. I understand the UFC does very good at publicity and always doing great jobs to show off the fights and XYZ and, you know, everything on everything, right? But when there's a European card or an Asia card or, you know, something that's not in the United States, I don't know if they got the viewers like they would have as if it's at the MGM Grand or the Great T-Mobile Arena or, you know what I mean, something in the Staples Center or Madison Square Garden. And here's the huge thing is, like, they fought so hard, just like on an aspect of, like, getting the state to allow fights. They worked so hard. New York to get New York because there's such a large European Irish fan base in New York, and now he might not be able to fight there anymore, and that's huge. I mean, that's huge. And not that the UFC is like in this terrible spiral because Conor McGregor's not fighting. There's other guys that are stepping up to the plate and doing a very great job.
I really do wonder though, like, let's say you and me, we're not going to these events. We're not paying to go to the MGM Grand. So
no, that's true.
Let's say UFC 229's in Russia or whatever, and Conor's on it. Are we gonna buy it any less than if it were in New York? I think I'm gonna buy the card if it fits my schedule. Like, if I don't have work, and if it's now the thing is, if it's in Russia and that's at 2 a.m., if they're airing it at 7 p.m. in Russia, which is 2 a.m. here, then we're not gonna have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The timing might mess it up, but then they might air it 12 hours later. So I don't. If the timing
it could be an issue.
I wouldn't buy it any less. If it fits my schedule, then I'll buy it equally as if it were in New York.
And we know there's a ton of shit bums out there that do torrenting and shit like that. We can always obviously do that. Where we're at now in the modern times. That's where they came up with the name. We're at modern times with, you know, these devices. I mean, it's instant. You know, like, you can see what's happening.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, I could buy the pay-per-view on my laptop and we could put it up on that TV.
Exactly. But I think, like, the one thing is that, again, does the UFC take a hit? Does the U.S. market of Vegas? Let's talk about Vegas. Does Vegas take a hit?
That's a good point.
Because Conor can't fight in the U.S. anymore. Huh. And not that Vegas would take a hit, because obviously
Vegas has all kinds of revenue.
I know. But let's not even just talk about the casinos. We're talking about the food. We're talking about the shows. We're talking about now the Golden Knights, the NHL Golden Knights in Las Vegas.
Who made it to the final.
In their first year.
Yeah, finals.
You know what I mean? And they put on a hell of a show. Like,
I wanted them to win, because that's just the craziest story ever. Like,
exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, but like, okay. there's stuff that's going to be in Vegas, but the fight scene, and I know this is a huge slap in the face of a lot of greats, but the fight scene might take a small step back. Connor's going to probably hear this and be like, it's going to be the biggest fucking step back. Like,
he's like, oh, the fight scene's fucked without me, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, the UFC ain't got nothing without me,
Yeah, you know, but, so, I mean, isn't that crazy? Like, he might not be able to ever fight in the U.S. Well, I mean, think about that. Like, what if you were, you know, we go to IBJJF in Europe, and or Abu Dhabi or something.
I don't throw dollies at Bichech's bus. You know.
Yeah. Well, say something like that did happen. Yeah, something stupid went down. And let's talk about this. Another countries is not as lenient as the U.S. judicial system.
That's true.
So you might not even have to throw a dolly. You might just have to fart wrong or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they might not let you back. Obviously, joke.
Yeah, but, dude, like I was saying in one of our podcasts, maybe if Conor did that in Saudi Arabia, they would have just walked into the chopping block.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You have,
You know?
especially got people got hurt that were supposed to fight on the card or something.
Dude, like what? Think about that. That's a crazy statement. What if that happened? What if UFC Saudi Arabia was going down and that shit happened, and then the Saudi Arabian government was the one who enforced the law, and then what if they literally just killed the biggest UFC star? That would be nuts.
Now, obviously,
that wouldn't happen.
We're talking preposterous, ideating, but it could happen.
That's an example. It could happen. Foreign affairs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Foreign law and it's a sticky situation. The UFC needs to be careful. I mean, Conor was dumb in the first place to do that.
Yeah,
and that's his personality. The reason he's such a great martial artist is because he's so passionate and in the moment and emotional.
He acts before he he thinks too. He definitely thinks,
and then just acts.
Yeah. I think maybe he plans and prepares and then acts.
He planned to cause some havoc. He planned to do some big publicity stunt, maybe walk in the ring or maybe walk in the octagon after their fight or something.
Yeah.
But I think when he got the opportunity, he saw the bus. He's like, "Oh shit, Khabib's right there." And he's like, "Oh shit, there's a dolly right there." And he's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna throw that dolly at that bus." And then it just happened. It's not
and then
predetermined.
The glass broke, and he didn't have that little brother attacking big sister or big brother attacking little brother little sister kind of
make sure.
No, he didn't have that face. He wanted to keep going. He wanted to keep going.
He's like, "Storm the bus, boys."
Yeah. He wanted to keep going.
You're fucked, mate.
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck is this Khabib guy? This fucking guy doesn't know nothing. This guy thinks that he's a grappler, eh?
Yeah. So, but now on a side piece of that, besides the legal stuff, which there sounds like there's a plea being worked out, which is good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's good because it's we're accepting of his actions, which are not acceptable. There obviously is going to be some fines. There's going to be some probation.
I mean,
the deportation thing is a huge thing, we've been touching on. But I would say he's going to come back.
Dude, what's fucked up about this whole thing is that if Mike Chiesa threw a dolly at Conor's bus and Conor got cut by the glass that broke of that window.
Yeah.
Mike Chiesa would not be in the UFC right now.
You're absolutely correct.
And Conor just
skates by.
Yeah, Dana needs Conor.
I don't think Dana needs Conor.
On his knees, shining Conor's shoes right now. Please.
Let's hold on a second.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's hold on a second.
There's some privileges.
Let's hold on a second.
Being the biggest superstar.
Dana White respects pay-per-view buys.
And
money. I don't think
he respects
and
money in his wallet.
Exactly. I don't necessarily. And he knows that business is good with the Conor McGregors, the John Jones.
Yeah.
John Jones, poor guy.
My dude.
He's my dude too. But my guy can't piss clean to save his life. Save his life.
John, let's go to GNC together. I'll help you pick out some supplements. We can do this, bud. We don't need to go down this bad rabbit hole. We don't need to go.
But let's talk about other guys that have screwed up in the UFC and have been immediately just see you later. Not happening. I think the thing is that if you're a fighter who, and you hear Dana White say this, if you come to show up and fight, I don't got a problem with you. You're coming out day in and day out at training, and then you're going to come out here after a 8-week or 12-week camp, fight in front of 20,000 people.
Does anyone not show up though? Every UFC fighter shows up.
That's not true. There's people that miss weight.
Remember the Mike? This last fight, whoever CM Punk fought, Mike Jackson.
Yeah,
that dude did not show up. That was not showing up.
I think he wanted to toy with him on that standpoint.
He wanted just as much fame time as possible. He's like,
let's talk about let's seriously talk about it. Cormier, Stipe, Dos Santos.
You're saying that those dudes show up?
Those guys show up.
That's more than showing up. That's just nonstop winning. That's just being a winner.
And Stipe Miocic has a freaking job with the fire department and still trains 4 or 5 days plus a week, so that he can come out and fight for the amusement of dopes like you and me and the people that ever watched the show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like we were saying, is if you're expendable and you do something wrong, you're expended. But if you're important, I feel like, to that company,
if you're an asset,
it's tough. It's tough. Where do you?
I mean, if I was,
do you set an example, or do you just say, "Hey"? I mean, heck, the Diaz brothers would be fighting if they got paid and USADA did not exist.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Dana's not the limiting factor for them. USADA is the limiting factor for them.
But Dana can't say that that he wants to put them on a card because they're going to test, positive for weed. Like, they can't stop smoking weed. Now, supposedly, and on a side note, we're going to get back to favoritism here, but did you hear about Nick Diaz? He's he got some charges for sexual harassment.
Dang, Nick,
part of the Me Too movement.
Nick, give me a call, Nick. You need some advice? You need some guidance? Let's treat these ladies right.
I
mean, you're a black belt, so I shouldn't give you any advice.
And anything.
You're not a black belt at not getting sexual assault charges, apparently. So maybe you could take some advice.
Yeah,
from us non.
Yeah, just treat them like a flower. They're delicate. You don't just gotta be grabby.
Dude, you don't have to use your black belt jiu-jitsu against them.
Yeah, you should use it, for them.
Yeah, get that double underpass, that leg spread.
So, now, all right, so back to the favoritism. Like, who else do you think gets favoritism? The first two that come off in my head are Conor and John Jones. Because John Jones was told he would never headline a pay-per-view, and then he headlines a pay-per-view. It was like, Dana White was like, I'll never put him on a card again.
I would say Brock is really privileged.
Yep, Brock is very privileged, especially now after this last. Here's this thing. Brock Lesnar, right, with the favoritism that he's getting, he might be the UFC heavyweight champion again.
For doing nothing. For leaving and coming back.
And testing positive for steroids.
In the meantime. Yeah.
Like, what?
So, did he beat Mark Hunt when he was roided
he beat Mark Hunt.
When he had, 6 arms?
He beat Mark Hunt. And Mark Hunt now, he's out of work.
Dude.
He's out of work because of his own complaints. I don't want to see
Mark Hunt fighting anymore. I don't want to see that.
I want to see Mark Hunt because here's the thing. Just like you would see Roy Nelson, you guys take advantage of the husky guy. And, Nelson is maybe not an elite, but he's up there with grappling, wrestling, and I'm sure he's done some jiu-jitsu in his life.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to see Mark Hunt because I don't think he's good. I'm saying I don't want to see him get knocked out anymore. I think his brain,
you think he's...
Yeah, he's been knocked out too many times.
He's a vegetable right now.
Yeah, not
dead
yet,
man walking.
But he's on that direction. I think it's just like the Brendan Schaub story. It's like he actually quit. He realized wow, this is not my path. Mark Hunt's an amazing striker, super elite striker, but I think it's about time to try to find another avenue in life.
Yeah.
I
think he's going to do coaching and training, obviously. In Australia and in New Zealand. I know he goes back and forth a little bit between a couple places. I know he goes to Thailand.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
I want him to quit because I like him. Not if I didn't like him, then I would say just keep on fighting until your 60s.
But look at that aspect of what we're talking about is the expendable versus the asset.
Yeah.
He's suing Dana White in the UFC. And Dana's like, fuck it. I don't need you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not even sweating.
Yeah, Mark Hunt is not the biggest draw, unfortunately.
He does get some butts in the seats.
He is a draw in Australia for Australian pay-per-views
and even stuff. I feel like in the U.S.
And in the U.S., but the thing is, with the UFC's model is it's almost like the American economy. There's 1%ers and then there's 99%ers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's the Conors, the John Jones, the Brock Lesnar's, the Ronda Rouseys, and then there's the everyone
Ronda
else.
Rousey special treatment. Holy moly.
Yeah, just
after that Holly Holm fight.
Title fight after title
I don't know why she came back. I felt like that was
I don't think one loss should be the end. If you have only lost once, I don't know if that should be the
end.
I think she should have came back, but I think she took it too lightly. She didn't take the loss. She didn't take that loss and like,
so she deserved it. She deserved to get her title shot right away.
I wouldn't say that. That's not what I said. But
I didn't say you said that.
She should.
I'm asking
quit.
You.
I'm saying I don't think she should have just quit right after she got beaten for the first time ever. A champion should be able to come back. I think that she should have taken that loss as opposed to just like not showing up for any interviews instead of just disappearing for like 6 months.
It was probably like a good 9 months to a year.
Yeah, instead of just disappearing, she should have just like immediately came out in an interview and said, "Oh, I this is the mistake I made." Like she needs. I've heard plenty of people talk about this, but every fighter, if you lose a fight, you have to take ownership for why and try to realize why you lost and realize that it is your fault that you lost. Yeah. And there is something that you could have done to prevent that shot from landing, and you could have won. Yeah. So it's like the Rose Namajunas versus Jędrzejczyk.
Joanna. Oh, my girl.
Joanna after she lost the first time, she just like kept talking about like how it was like a fluke and like she wasn't taking ownership. She was like coming up with excuses. She's like,
she said it was like it was a fluke hit. It was also the other one was the nutrition. She had like a new nutritionist.
She's like, oh, this guy didn't let me cut weight right. It's like, no, you have to say, oh, this is the
you know what you've been doing for years.
Yeah, it's like this is not his fault. This is not your nutritionist's fault that you were not on point tonight. This is your fault that you didn't come in with the right mindset. And like she kept denying it. She kept pointing at all these excuses, and that's showing that she's not going to fix the hole that she had. Yeah. That hole that existed that got capitalized in the first fight, she chose to ignore that hole. And that got capitalized on in the second fight, and she lost again.
The second fight, and we're on the special treatment, but now we're talking about this. The second fight with
Joanna
and Rose
was a 5-round fight. It could have gone. I mean, I think Rose won.
I think Rose won.
I think Rose won.
All right.
Rose was,
and you have a good eye for that.
Joanna
you have a good eye for that. I think Joanna was more flashes in a pan. Yeah, and she was expecting to get one of those flashes in the pan to get Rose and then capitalize on it. And there was, and I'm gonna hats off to Rose. I mean, she's
so composed. She's so composed. Yeah, her will and her composure, just like
another great Colorado fighter,
dude. She is great. She's. I think she has so much potential to become a UFC superstar and have a long winning streak. She's got amazing grappling. She's got really good boxing.
Is she expendable? Fighter. Is she expendable or is she an asset? Because you see what they're doing with Cyborg.
1%. She's not the 1%. She's not the Connor.
But you see what they're doing with.
She's got to be top 5%. She's up there. She's towards assets.
She's getting there.
She's towards assets. Yeah, she's gonna start getting some privileges.
Let's talk about Cyborg. And I know that she had the dirty test back in the day, but she's literally killing herself to get down to 145 pounds. Every time.
And that's the largest weight class. There's no heavier weight class than that.
And she's usually,
dude,
rumored to hear is like 170 to 180.
Yeah, dude.
And then cutting down to 145.
Yeah, I walk around at 185. She walks around at 180 or 175. Yeah. She's a big girl. She's my
And you would really think
she's probably like 6'1 or 6'2. She's big.
Yeah, you would think that, again, that would get... Is it that it would get the asset aspect because she puts on a hell of a when she pieces these gals up.
Fight that chick. That chick would light me
up. Think she would.
Black belt.
I think she would beat some of the guys. And I know. And whenever you always hear that conversation, people are like, yeah, well, you're wrong. Like bone density and hella male. It's like no.
Let's set up Mike Jackson or CM Punk versus Cyborg.
Like a 2-on-1. And she would, I feel like, wax both of them.
Dude, yeah, Mike Jackson and CM Punk on a team versus Cyborg. My money's on Cyborg.
It's like that one video I saw on YouTube of like Spider-Man fighting the Batman and Robin dude.
Wait, no. You shared a video with me. It was like this Russian was that big ass Russian dude, and he fought two littler Russian dudes in an MMA fight, and he was just clubbing them. He would just go, just smack him. The dude would go flying. That dude had to have been like 350 pounds.
Yeah,
that was a big boy.
But why is she expendable? Amanda Nunes. Now she's like, again, like you were saying, like maybe that top 5%. She's in this weird spot where...
Dude, I think Amanda Nunes is actually a bigger star in Brazil than we might think. I think she's, like, getting pushed in Brazil.
Is she bigger than Cyborg?
That's a good question. I don't know who's a bigger star, Cyborg or Amanda.
And they got a fight that's supposed
to... Dude, that's an amazing fight.
They're saying that fight might be happening on the December 9th card.
I mean, I can't put my money not on Cyborg, though. Like, based on this... I mean, Amanda Nunes is super good, but I just think Cyborg is...
But again, expendable asset.
I mean, they're both, like, I would say, right in that same spot as Rose. All those, like, champions. All the... female champions right now, Rose, Amanda. Cyborg, Amanda. They're all like kind of equal, like top 5% of the UFC, like at that 5% level. Like they're stars, but they're not superstars.
You know who's also expendable? Who they were really trying hard to make an asset.
Ngannou?
Well, there's him. There's him. There's him.
That one case named Ngannou.
Paige Van Sant.
Oh yeah, they tried to push her a little too hard.
Sage too. I mean, Sage, he's got a few losses, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna lower you down on the card, bud." And then now he's starting to climb back up, and he's saying that he wants to make a move up in weight.
Dude, that guy's jacked.
185, I think he said.
So jacked. It's nuts.
Yeah.
That dude's body is nuts.
He's like a living fucking G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that dude, like, I don't know why he's a UFC fighter. He could just hit up like GQ right now and just yo.
Yeah, he doesn't need UFC money if he didn't want it.
Yeah, he just sends GQ his Instagram. He's like, take a look at these.
Yeah,
and they're like,
okay, yeah, we can
it's
get
just
this
like
one.
Luke Rockhold, dude. I love Luke Rockhold. That guy,
expendable or asset? I think he's expendable at this point.
Ah, man.
And it's tough because I'm a big Luke Rockhold fan.
That's a good question. I love Luke Rockhold, dude.
Expendable or asset? I think he's expendable because people don't connect to him.
He's below Rose and all those.
Oh yeah, he's like in the 20 or 30% now for sure.
But I think that's still right as he's like a.
What about Yoel?
Asset. Dude, Yoel, come on, Yoel's an asset. Dude,
Mike, I'm coming.
I love you.
I love you, Mike. I can't wait to see you in the ring, big boy.
Oh my god.
Yoel is that dude. And he's just got, and you know, honestly, he's a big mamma jamma. Like, I don't know if he's gonna keep being able to get down to 185. If he keeps messing weight at 185, I feel like he's expendable.
Yo, that guy's a super soldier. That guy's a super
soldier of God.
He is
the soldier of God.
Is a super soldier. Like, that guy must have been made in the lab or something. Like, that guy
he's
looks
Drago.
better than Sage Northcutt.
Yeah.
They're close.
I would still give it to. I would still give it to.
Yoel or Sage?
I would give it to Yoel.
Sage is younger.
So
it's almost more impressive that fucking Yoel's like 40 and he's still jacked. He still looks like his
undocumented birthday of Cuba.
Yeah, dude, he looks like the Spanish Bane, the Cuban Bane. That should be his nickname.
The Cuban Bane.
Yoel, the Cuban Bane Romero. No, I love you. I love you.
I love you, Mike. I'm coming for you, baby.
No, and then he like goes.
I love you.
He literally like goes to kiss Luke Rockhold in the mouth after he knocked him out. Did you see that video?
And Luke Rockhold was like, "Fuck out of here."
Luke Rockhold was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
he was pissed. He was
confused, dude. He just wakes up and he's like getting tongued down by Yoel Romero.
Dude, and he wasn't with it. And that's what I was going to get to with like Luke.
He's past his prime.
I don't want to say he's past his prime, but he's past the top 5 guys. He's
no longer in the top.
He's 6er up in that middleweight class, and he will now
You're saying in between 6 and 15. He's still in the top 15
Yeah,
rankings,
yeah.
but he's not
For the UFC.
He's not going to get a title shot in his next 2 or 3 fights.
Something magical's got to happen. He's got to go on an impressive streak for that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's pretty much expendable right now.
It's scary.
Nagano.
It's scary to look at this weight. Actually, no, I wouldn't. That's not the weight class I'd fight at. I'd fight at 170. I'd fight at Tyron Woodley's weight class, welterweight. Son.
Now here's the thing that I get really fucking frustrated about with him. I feel like he doesn't get a fair fucking shake.
See,
he's expendable and he's an asset.
I was gonna say, you said that Dana, he like rewards fighters that show up
but that's one that shows up that he does not reward.
Yeah.
And he shitted on him for that Maya fight. The dude tore his labrum in like the first 2 rounds and finished the fight with the most defense sprawl against takedowns that the UFC.
Oh, the most takedown the most takedown defenses.
The most takedown defenses ever in a UFC, and it's boring. I understand it. It's not got
Dude,
that.
I like to watch sprawls.
I understand that. That's you and I. To the casual fan, that's not fun. But you gotta appreciate it. And if you do start watching UFC, you gotta really appreciate what these guys like.
If you can watch Tyron Woodley and Wonderboy fight, and you realize, wow, Tyron only got hit once by this elite striker in
of karate.
And striking. He only got hit a few times in this whole 5-round fight, and he only landed a few shots on Wonderboy, but his shots were heavy overhand rights that he knocked down Wonderboy. So you have to
does the welterweight division need to be saved? Because I don't think they're going to give it to Tyron.
I mean, Darren Till's on the rise right now. Kamaru Usman's on the rise right now. You know about Usman?
Yes.
Dude,
I've seen a few of his
crazy
highlights.
grappler. He's so good at grappling.
Yeah.
But Darren Till, they kind of want him to take.
There's not just Darren Till. Who Covington?
Oh, Colby Covington, dude, he had an amazing performance against Rafael dos Anjos.
Yeah.
You weren't happy with it? I thought it was. It was
amazing, It was a pretty boring fight.
What?
I thought it was pretty boring,
dude.
And I actually thought Rafael won.
That guy.
I thought Rafael won.
No, dude. Are we talking about the same fight?
I'm pretty sure.
Not be talking about the same fight.
I mean, I might have to watch it again.
Because Colby took down RDA 20 times. Colby was nonstop
I keep on
pressure, takedowns, up against the cage.
You're right.
Clinch, hits.
His advance. You're right. Excuse me. I apologize.
Nonstop pressure from Colby.
I was also choking people out at the nightclub, so I didn't really get to watch the fight fully. But I just see him get in the ring, and then he just starts talking, and it's. I think he's a 20 or 30%er trying to act like a 1%er.
I got you.
And he is not up there.
He's getting rewarded though. He's getting hella rewarded.
He's getting rewarded.
He's the interim champion right now.
But he is not wanting to fight.
I mean, he's about to fight Tyrone. He keeps calling out Tyrone.
No. He literally just came out recently and said that he wants to take some time off.
What?
And now they might do Tarrant.
He's just going to lay an egg on that nest of that belt?
Yeah. After all that bitching about... And, here's the thing about time. When you get a torn labrum, or when you get a torn anything, excuse me, it's going to take time. Obviously there's PT, physical therapy, right? We understand there's physical therapy. That usually goes 6 weeks to 12 weeks.
There's an Instagram video of him just, hitting the pads hard.
Yeah.
Just, a couple weeks ago. But he's got all the recovery stuff,
Still, you got it. I feel like you have to.
Get stem cells, and he's got PRP.
Dude, I would take a stem cell shot to my back.
Dude, I would
every
take a
day.
stem cell shot in my heart right now just to fucking feel juiced up.
So, you said you wanted to, if you were fighting, you'd be at 170 at welterweight.
Yeah, hold on. Before we get into that, I want to say Colby Covington and his last performance against Rafael dos Anjos was one of the most athletic performances in the UFC I've seen. His pace, he's nonstop.
I wouldn't go that far.
Dude, he was I don't know. That's
athletic,
insane.
The most
pace.
Athletic.
That was insane cardio and pace, nonstop pressure the entire fight. Charging RDA down and nonstop takedowns, pressure against the cage. It was an athletic.
What about Matt
Hughes? An athletic expert.
What about any Matt Hughes fights?
I'm not saying Matt Hughes is an athlete. I'm not saying GSP is not an athlete.
I'm not saying that you are saying that.
I'm just saying that you are in that fight, it was non-stop pressure, like not an inch for RDA to get a breath. It was like non-stop backing up, always against with the cage behind him. Like in Colby rushing him against the cage, and then he would drop low, get a double leg, just pin him against the cage, and then lift his legs out. And get
I do remember seeing him do a few takedowns like that.
It was like insane athleticism. It was non-stop pressure. Like
I just don't like him.
That's real
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that.
He's a great
the spirit of a martial artist. I don't think he's like a true martial artist down to the core, because he knows how to make money.
I feel like he's trying to be like that shitty WWE.
He's trying to be Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, and he's not fucking Chael Sonnen.
He's trying to be like the new age Chael Sonnen, like the modern times Chael Sonnen. Dude, are we getting Colby on? Yo, Colby, where are you at?
We'll
have you on whenever, bro.
I'd rather have Chael, to be honest.
Because now that you've said all this stuff,
it's not. I mean, I respect him. I respect on the aspect of him training and how hard he's worked and whatever road he's taken to get to the UFC. I totally respect that.
If that dude was here, he would talk shit to us.
He'd
talk shit.
For sure.
He would be talking shit right like.
Yeah, he would be calling me a fat fucking you, like a four-eyed whatever. I don't even know what he would say, but he would.
He would be talking shit.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even be genuine. He's got to put up this persona.
The thing is like I don't know who the real Kobe Covington is.
I hear he's like a good dude. I hear he's like just like another dude that like.
I'd rather see that with shit talking than just this tough ass.
I think he would not have the title now if he didn't have this role. If he didn't have this acting
he could still.
He's like in Hollywood acting right now, but he has a title because of it. I don't think he would have that belt if he was like being a good person. You get what I'm saying?
I just always think about like when they talk about like good people, the fighters, or like good fighters or good people like outside of the gym or fighting. I always look back at like Connor talking shit to Nate that first fight. He's like, he's throwing gang signs in the one hand and making fucking balloon animals at morning jiu-jitsu in the other. And I was like, holy shit.
Damn. That's why Connor's such a genius. Like, how do you come up with that? Making balloon animals for kids' jiu-jitsu class? Like, that's a fucking brilliant line.
But yeah, I guess that's my one issue is with Colby is, I don't know. I don't know who he is as a, as this persona that he's marketing right now. I don't click with it, I guess.
I agree. I don't like it either. I just think that he's doing.
Is he expendable or is he an asset? He's got to be an asset.
He's an asset.
Right now,
he's a weird asset.
He's a weird asset.
The biggest heel of the UFC right now.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that.
The most hated fighter.
Yeah.
Which is making him money.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you who's going to be probably getting on this expendable list here shortly. And
don't even say Khabib.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But it's another great guy that I like, and he just pulled out of 227, and he's in
Max Holloway.
No. He's a light heavyweight. Alexander Gustafsson.
Oh, what happened?
Undisclosed injury. So first off, let's give it to Ozdemir. This guy, the Polish Hammer, as I like to call him. He had that loss against DC,
like
and then
he
rebounded and knocked somebody out, and then he was gonna fight Alexander Gustafsson at 227 on this TJ Dillashaw Cody Garbrandt fight that's coming up. And Ozdemir pulled out.
Okay.
He got hurt.
Wait, is Ozdemir the one? Volkov? Wait, so is he the shaved head dude
bald
that
head
DC
dude.
beat?
Yep.
Okay.
So he lost to DC, but then came back, clean whistled somebody. Alexander Gustafsson still reeling off that knockout to Glover. That was fucking like Jesus.
Sorry, Glover.
I love Glover to death. He was another huge favorite of mine, but I mean, just that knockout was brutal. I mean, a tooth went flying, or at least spit, whatever might have been, flew out of his mouth.
If DC and John Jones didn't exist, then Alexander Gustafsson would be like the greatest light heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, and we talked about that one time on our podcast testing that we did. He'll probably go down with those two other guys as probably the one of the top light heavyweights of all time.
He's up there.
For sure.
He's up there.
But I don't know if this makes him expendable. I don't think it does. I think he's still an asset.
I don't think he's ever been a huge star. That's the
thing. But
he's
chasing now DC, and I know once Jones gets back in, he's going to chase to get Jones. Because that fucking fight...
was a good fight.
That was a good fight. John Jones. Yeah.
John Jones.
And
that's the toughest matchup for John Jones.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that was a time John Jones lost, and he might have been on the juice.
You mean he didn't lose? He won.
He won. He won, obviously, but he that
who knows?
when it was getting to the cards and they
yeah,
because that went to decision. He didn't get knocked.
It was a split decision.
Yeah. And so, with that being said, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like Gustafsson is still an asset.
I would say that he's more on the expendables list. I would say
really
that
he's going to be fighting in Bellator soon.
I thought that Luke Rockhold and Alexander Gustafsson were supposed to fight each other.
They were, but then Rockhold got fucking demolished by Yoel. Because Rockhold was supposed to come up. So here's where the talks were. The talks were that
Rockhold got beat by Yoel like 6 months ago. That was
no. This was
Robert Whittaker was Yoel's most recent fight and his most 2 recent fights. He's fought Robert Whittaker twice his past 2 fights.
So Rockhold
before that he fought Luke Rockhold. That was like
hold on one second. So Rockhold, a long time ago is 6 months is still not a long time.
Okay.
I mean, I think
you
got your bell fucking rocked.
I think it was even longer than 6 months ago. I think it was like 9 months ago when Yoel and Rockhold fought. I heard like a month ago that Rockhold and Gustafsson were supposed to fight.
You are right. If DC was going to vacate the title, it was supposed to be...
they were going to fight for that title.
Yeah, right? So now we're in this weird situation because
DC is going to defend the light heavyweight title.
But against who? And I feel like you have to say...
It's going to be the winner of Gustafsson versus Volkov if that were to happen. See, so what is the fight now?
There's no fight.
There's no light heavyweight
fight.
Volkov
There's no light heavyweight fight. Everybody just gets pushed up. It's TJ and Cody and...
Dude, what's up with Brian Ortega and Max Holloway? Is that going down? Like,
I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I'm going to tell you something.
Max can't make weight.
Max needs to go to 155 and just face the music, and we got to see...
Vacate.
Yeah. And Ortega gets to 145 and looks good doing it. Like, dude, he's healthy.
Ortega, this is years ago. Like, right as we started hanging out around, when you started training around that time, I, was watching Brian Ortega.
He was on the show. He was on I feel like he was on the Tough Show, if I'm not mistaken.
The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah. I feel like Ortega was on there.
I didn't learn about him from the Ultimate Fighter.
You just know him from his jiu-jitsu
aspect? I learned about him, from Gracie Breakdowns. Watching Gracie Breakdowns, which is Henner and Huron Gracie's YouTube channel. And they just break down, UFC fights, submissions and jiu-jitsu transitions that were used in UFC fights. And Brian Ortega is a black belt under Henner Gracie. And I would just see them in YouTube videos and stuff, and I knew he was.
He was a number one contender in the featherweight division. Oh wait, of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Never mind, I said that wrong. Sorry, keep going, bud.
I don't think he was on the Ultimate Fighter. I don't think so. Maybe he was.
Anywho, I feel like I'm gonna tell you, Max might be getting on the expendable list too.
What? Dude, Max is a huge star.
He's huge for Hawaii.
I would say he's like a 3%er. He's a 3%er.
You're very nice saying that.
You think that...
I don't think Max Holloway...
You think Rose is a bigger star than Max Holloway?
I was shocked when you said Rose was up there.
Oh, okay.
And that's not me.
How about Cyborg? You think Cyborg's a bigger star than Max Holloway? Or Amanda Nunes is a bigger star than Max Holloway?
I know Amanda Nunes is.
Amanda Nunes is? So
yeah.
You think that Amanda Nunes is a bigger star than Cyborg and then Rose? And then Max Holloway?
I would say...
Of those 4,
you're asking
Amanda's the biggest? I think they're all, similar.
I'm going to tell you, Max is not in it for me. I do not feel blessed.
Less of a star than those 3 women.
Yes.
Wow. You do not feel blessed by Max Blessed Holloway.
I think he's a great competitor. I think his style's great.
He's got that Nick Diaz style.
He can do that
high
stand-up.
volume,
Yeah.
pepper you up. Death by mosquito bites. Million shots.
And then he's going to use his jiu-jitsu on you if he needs to.
Not against T-City. Not against my boy Brian T-City Ortega. T-City stands for Triangle City. No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Brian, if they ever fight. Well,
I don't think they're going to fight.
I'm just saying that Brian Ortega's jiu-jitsu is world class. We talked about like high level jiu-jitsu in MMA, and I was like saying Anderson Silva doesn't have that high level of jiu-jitsu compared to Damian Maia. Brian Ortega is on that level, Damian Maia level of jiu-jitsu. He has the best submissions in the UFC. He is like the tightest if he gets your neck,
his clinch,
dude. If he
not like the clinch on the stand up, just his overall clinch,
his
is
finishing
grips.
Mechanics.
Yeah, the
dude,
mechanics are on
point. If he
point.
wraps your neck, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. Game over. I think if that fight were to happen, man, my money's on T-City.
You know, there's another one that's expendable that I don't like, and he's a champion.
Huh?
Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, the best. Arguably the best MMA fighter of all time.
He's in both of our top 5 MMA pound for pound fighters of all time. And he's expendable. I don't get why. I don't. And I guess maybe it goes back to what you were touching on before. It's like, well, his persona is kind of his wet noodle.
Marketability. Yeah,
he was great with Xbox on his ass. Yeah, I mean, everybody knew who he was when he had.
Like, damn, that's a nice ass, DJ.
I was like, Xbox would never look that good on the ass, except for right about now. But that's like how he stuck out because he was always wearing like the green the
Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, and now.
I think that's just his personality. He's like. He puts all his effort into mixed martial arts. He is the spirit of a mixed martial artist.
Yeah.
Or not a mix. He is the spirit of a martial artist.
Yes. I agree.
But
why is he expendable? I don't get it.
Just he doesn't market himself at all.
Does that sound right, though, that he's expendable? They were going to cancel the whole fucking division on him.
It's unfortunate that he is. He's like one of the best martial artists of all time, and he's expendable to the UFC. It's fucked up. Like, Mighty Mouse, where you at, cuz? Put up a couple ads. Do a little promotion for yourself.
Come on the show.
Come on the show.
Mighty Mouse, we'd love to have you, man.
I'm sure.
You have 2 huge fanboys. I would just be like...
fuck yeah, dude. Dude, if you ever come to Denver, Mighty Mouse, we'll get you
Call out
seminar.
TJ.
We'll get you a seminar at Easton Training Center.
I don't know if that would be good, man. I don't know if that would be good.
Oh,
TJ coming to eat. Ooh, I don't know.
That's a good point. That's TJ's Jiu-Jitsu gym at Easton. Dang, now we're all limited. Damn it, TJ. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, how
it's not like TJ's teaching me any seminars.
That's true.
Shit, Mighty Mouse, get over here.
But dang, man, is TJ expendable? I don't think he is.
I think that TJ's.
I think he's like the American boy. He's like the He's what Chad Mendes wanted to be.
He did take that role that Chad Mendes was going for. They were both kind of coming up, and then TJ just
scooted right on by. Yeah, man.
Connor really put the stop to Chad Mendes' train there. Jeez. But then Chad knocked out Frankie, or was that right before? When Chad knocked out Frankie Edgar, was that before he fought Connor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Another guy who's expendable to the UFC.
Frankie. Oh, poor Frankie. At least he did Clay Guida.
Yeah.
Right? No, what's that dude's name? It's not Clay Guida.
I know he lost to Ortega bad.
Oh, Clay Guida lost to Ortega?
No.
Oh,
Frankie.
You're saying Frankie.
Yeah. Bad.
Who's the person...
That was
CB Dalloway. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
CB Dalloway is
another
who Frankie
one
just beat.
Expendable, poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Frankie just beat CB Dalloway.
Do you think like the Expendables have to happen so that we can get the superstars or greats in? I mean, I guess that is that's the circle
the
of
current
life.
model. No, well, just the way that the current model is set up is a superstar model. I think that they signed this deal with ESPN instead of Fox. So in 2019...
Well, Fox is... Hold on a second. If we're going to talk about that deal for 2 seconds, who would you rather be with? Fox Sports or ESPN?
ESPN.
Okay,
but what I was saying with this new deal, things are changing. Like the model is changing, and it's gonna be more towards
prime time,
towards giving everyone a little bit of light. It's gonna be more of an equal playing. That's what the goal is. They're trying to kind of go away from the superstar model and go towards like, these are all badass mixed martial artists. Like, we're matching them up fairly. Like, the rankings are not that important. There's gonna be more cards, and maybe less expensive cards.
More super fights potentially too, I think.
So I think they're trying to kind of disempower the 1% and bring some power to the 99% a little bit. I think that's what's gonna be coming up with the ESPN deal, because it's not like there's a ton of superstars in NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, I mean, obviously there are the top 1%. No, there's the Tom Brady's, but But still, there's a lot of money that's spread out amongst the NFL. It's not like, oh, all of it's going to Tom Brady, you know?
The thing about the NFL and the issue with their whole money and financial situation is on the player or the person, you know, the star. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And now,
it's not like NBA. NBA's guaranteed contract, right? NBA's guaranteed contract?
NBA's guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
So better have
the
a good
New York
manager.
Knicks paid this white dude who was a stiff. Like, I don't know why they even signed him to this deal. But they spent, like, he retired.
And why did you say that he was white? Why does that matter, bro?
It's not.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm being a twat.
It's okay. I'm sure you and thousands and millions of others. Millions. I'm getting nice. I'm getting cute.
Me and one other. Me and 10 others.
It's whoever watches this.
Me and tens of other people.
But Chris Dudley was with the New York Knicks. Okay. There's a name. Okay, so does he sound like an elite basketball player, Chris Dudley?
No.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
He does not.
He retired.
If it was Jaleel Dudley.
Well, there's a Jared Dudley who might be a little different color than.
He's got some blending.
Yeah, he's got some blending for sure.
Weird.
Jesus, and so Chris Dudley retired. Okay. This is how fucked up NBA guaranteed contracts are. He retired, and the Knicks still paid him, I think, for another 2 to 4 years after he retired, because he had a contract that was a guaranteed contract.
Huh.
Right?
So, wait, are you saying that it's kind of bullshit in the NFL? Like, are you saying that
I think it's absolutely fucking bullshit.
You think that they don't get paid enough, though? I don't know.
I don't think they don't get paid enough, more. But if an NBA guy signs up, now they're getting into the $200 million range. LeBron James just signed 4 years, $55 million, basically. It was 154 and some change. He signed
the whole 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years over $155 million over 4 years.
Okay.
Okay. Say this year one with the Los Angeles Lakers.
LeBron's making like $38 million a year.
He gets his leg ripped off in a fucking game. The rest of that contract's fucking guaranteed.
I see.
Minus his bonuses, obviously, because he can't get that.
And you think it should be? You think that if he gets his leg ripped off, he should get?
Well, I think it should be that way for the NFL.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily that their total income needs to be more. It's just that it needs to be on a different plan or on a different motto of paint.
I mean, and you're also seeing these guys that are in the NFL. They're like, they're getting the CTE. They're fucking killing themselves or killing others or just doing stupid, crazy shit.
Yeah. It's like every week.
Because they're hitting their head every fucking week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have, and here's the other thing too is we're gonna get another off topic here. The head trauma that these guys receive ties with everything that's going on in their lives: domestic violence, battery, assault, doing dumb shit, drinking and driving, DUI.
I mean, if you have CTE, that affects all of your decisions. Yeah. Everything you do is affected by that, and probably not. You're probably not going to make.
So why don't they have better guaranteed contracts then? They're putting their heads on the line. Now at this point, we're talking about probably from the ages of 10 to mid 30s. Let's say mid 30s. That's probably the best number to say. So 10 years old to 35. Okay, we're talking about 3.5 decades of walloping on your head. And if you are in that upper echelon, that 1%, that 10% to get to the league, why are your checks not guaranteed, man?
Yeah, I got you. I mean,
they're going to have a lockout here coming up in 2 years. They've already said it. The NFL Players Associations and a lot of players have said, we are going to lock out. We are not getting NBA money. Like Verizon, dude. Verizon spent $10 billion for video streaming rights for the next 3 years. 4 years.
For who? NBA or?
For the NFL.
NFL. Huh.
Don't think the players are getting any of that money. You know who's getting that money? Roger Goodell, commissioner.
Yeah.
You know who's getting that money? Jerry Jones. You know, people want to bitch about them kneeling and doing this and doing that. It's like, hold the fuck on, all right? Like, if they want to kneel, I'll let them fucking kneel. Because they're fucking putting their noodle on the line every week for a fucking jersey that you wear? Come on, man. That's stupid. I think it's stupid that they don't have guaranteed money. And NBA guys, they get fucking... Shit, there's some of these guys that are from Europe that will sign a rookie contract and say that they're coming and never come. They'll never fucking come over.
They get guaranteed money.
They get guaranteed fucking money.
Because their manager's like, yeah, just sign here. Yeah, you're all good. No, you don't need to go over. Oh, no, we'll be fine.
I mean, they'll eventually have to do something. They have to... They have to
go to court.
They'll go to court, or they won't get all of it.
Then they signed a contract and didn't uphold
the contract. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, they may not get the money out of the rookie contract. I might have spoke a little loosely there. So people are going to be like, "Oh, do you fucking watch NBA stuff? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." But there's no reason why NFL guys should not get more guaranteed. Or do we just fucking, like, just say, hey, the money that these guys are fucking getting is a little fucking ludicrous.
You're saying that they are already making enough.
They're already making enough. Let's make it guaranteed.
You're playing devil's advocate.
Well, I don't want to play devil advocate. I want to...
So let's just say, how about this?
I want them to have guaranteed money, but I want the contracts to be lower.
So let's say...
Tremendously.
Let's say that...
Oh, I gotta stretch. Keep going.
We'll pay them guaranteed contracts, but it's going to be a little less per showing, or you get what I'm saying, per game. It's going to be less per game, but you're going to have guaranteed in case you do get injured.
Yeah, totally fine for it.
So it'll still be like over 2 years, you should still have the same income. It's just delivered in different means. Maybe
and their sponsorship money, if there's sponsorship money, let it come out.
Yeah.
It could be through the fucking
commercials. If you're good at doing commercials, in your
like
free
LeBron
time,
James got $500 million to re-sign with Nike.
Oh man, LeBron, get on the podcast, bro. Where are you at? You are welcome. You are welcome anytime. We got a third mic for you,
dude. If we had, imagine if like LeBron James like walks down your fucking.
No.
Like, holy shit, we got LeBron. Like he comes out, he's playing the Nuggets one night, walks down the stairs.
Yeah, dude. We just check our
the
Instagram,
basement studio.
And there's just like a DM from LeBron James. He's like, "Yo, I'm coming to Denver next week to play the Nugs." He's like, and then he's just like,
Modern Times, where you at?
At Modern Times. Where should we meet? We meeting? We doing this thing?
I would be like, I would go to Colfax and get raped by a hooker if we could do an interview.
Dude, I'll go to Colfax. I'll be LeBron's hooker. That's a big boy.
You gonna take all that?
Die.
Man. So, I mean,
we just hear like this elephant steps coming down the stairs, like goo.
What's going on, LeBron James?
LeBron, L23, L06.
Oh man, dang. But yeah, so I hope one day that the UFC can even get on the aspect of doing guaranteed contracts, or maybe having a salary for some of these guys.
It's weird that they have the show and the win bonus. It's like all their contracts are set up so they make so much to show up, and they make the same amount usually to win. So they literally get their pay cut in half. If a ref makes a bad decision, there's a split decision that's an incorrect split decision, and someone's pay could be cut in half, and their and they have a loss on their record. It's all weird.
Hopefully the ESPN. Sport. Hopefully the ESPN. Well, I mean, it's just like boxing too. It's like how much money, to those poor bastards, get guaranteed quote unquote money. I mean, it's really tough. I guess if there was a
the UFC is a lot less rich than people think. UFC fighters do not make a lot of money. I mean, yeah, if you're Conor, then you make a ton of money. But if you
that's not. I mean, no. And
he makes Conor doesn't make a lot of money.
Not compared to fucking LeBron James.
Oh, okay.
Not compared to.
I got you. Yeah. So
shit, I would even Nathan McKinnon on the fucking Colorado Avalanche has made more money probably.
I don't think so.
Hold on. Give me a second.
And his career.
Hold on. Nathan McKinnon, and I'm excluding the Mayweather fight.
Oh. Okay.
So excluding the Mayweather fight. Nathan McKinnon has made more money probably than what Conor McGregor has made.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, Nathan McKinnon...
We're not going to look it up. We're not going to prove anything. Maybe that's true. Maybe not.
Okay, how about Jokic, the new kid with Denver? Just signed $144 million. Just like that. Guaranteed cash.
I think Conor's made more than $144 million from the UFC.
I
don't think so?
I would... Episode 2, we'll look that up.
Yeah.
But... I'd hope the one day that the UFC can do guaranteed contracts.
Yeah, but, so what I was saying, like, we know a dude who trains at high altitude in Aurora, and I've rolled with him plenty of times. I've taken kickboxing classes of him. He's an amazing striker. His name's Corey Sandhagen. He's now in the UFC, but he just entered the UFC. He's only had one fight in the UFC, which he did win, but he is at the very bottom 10% of the UFC, the very bottom 5% as of right now, and... He does not make he doesn't make a lot of money to go, and he's on TV. He's on TV fighting a professional mixed martial artist. That's a really good fighter. Only really good fighters.
And maybe we can make it.
And he's only making 10K? A couple. Oh, less. Few grand. Few grand a show. Few grand to win. Yeah, $3,000 a show. $3,000 to win. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like
and he might get the $50K if something. Really goes
get a fight of the night bonus or something like that. But I mean, the bottom of the UFC is not wealthy.
Does the ESPN
and
deal?
I think ESPN's trying to even that out a little more, trying to kind of even.
Do they got to get out of the Reebok deal? I think they got to get out of the Reebok deal.
Dude, Reebok deal's dumb. Reebok has not even really benefited that much. I don't think that the UFC sells all these Reebok kits. I've never. You're a Conor fan. You don't have a Conor McGregor Reebok kit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they sell very many Reebok kits. I don't think Reebok has really even benefited from this.
They're like $100.
$100 for like a drawstring bag, a shirt, and some shorts or something.
Yeah.
Maybe like a pair of UFC gloves.
I don't even think there's that much in it.
It's probably just a shirt and a bag.
Yeah, $100.
Maybe a couple shirts or something, but still, I think Reebok should be done. I think the Reebok deal should be done. Not Reebok as a company.
No. Do they get their own sponsor? Do you give them the own sponsorship again?
I think Mighty Mouse should be able to wear his Xbox shorts and make a lot of money from Xbox.
Does UFC get a piece of that?
That's a good question. I don't think they should. The UFC.
Why? They're getting free. They're freely promoting it in the fight.
Because they're allowing DJ to wear Xbox's shorts, they should get paid by Xbox as well? I don't think so. I think...
Do they just maybe then take a percentage from the fighters? Or is that fucked up?
That's fucked up. They're the ones that owe the fighters money. Maybe they could give them less money, not take... You see what I'm saying? I mean, they could work... I don't know.
It's a really sloppy situation.
I don't think the UFC deserves...
Well, let's talk about the WBA, like the World Boxing Association, right?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, I'm not saying that we should know anything about it, but they sanction. They're the league. They're the World Championship Boxing Organization, right?
Well, there's a lot. There's Golden Boy. That's the thing about boxing is it's like there's all these platforms.
You're talking about the promotions that run the fight, but the people that the belts are through the WBA, like the World Boxing Association.
Okay, so there's not like a WBA champ and a Golden Boy champ and a...
The Golden Boy is just a promotion that hosts the fight.
So, like, do you, like, right now, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, they're both champions in different promotions, and they're trying to unify the heavyweight belt and make an ultra fight between them two, but they have two different belts. It's two different. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm asking. Is WBA
there should
one
be,
of them?
WBA
Joshua or Anthony Joshua is the WBA champion, and then Deontay Wilder is the American League's champion.
I type in WBA in Google and I get Walgreens Boots Alliance Incorporated.
What is it? World Boxing Association?
I think so. Yeah, World Boxing Association.
So if you look up Deontay Wilder, it'll say he's heavyweight.
So there's the World Boxing Council, there's the IBF,
WBC,
USBA,
IBF champion,
WBO, and then the IBO.
WBO. See, yeah, there's all these different champions.
Exactly. So,
okay,
but they let them wear whatever the fuck they're gonna wear.
I see. They're allowed to have their own sponsors, and I think that fighters should get sponsored by their companies and get paid by those companies. That's their own business relations. Like, if I go and get myself a sponsorship for this podcast or something, then we don't owe YouTube any money for. You see what I'm saying? For allowing us to have this sponsorship.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm all for the power and the money to the fighters. I think the fighters deserve as much respect and like treatment as possible, because I think that I wouldn't want to get woken up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. by USADA to like take a blood sample of me at a random time. I think that the fighters, it's not that awesome to be a UFC fighter. They go through a lot to give us entertainment. So I think that anything that we can do to make their lives easier, we should do. Or to give them more money, or to give them their worth. The promotion. Or we as fans to encourage the promotion to treat them better.
Yeah.
I'm against the UFC making all the money, and I'm for the fighters making more of the money, and Dana making less.
Yeah. Is it just Dana?
Or Fertitta Brothers and Dana. And
they're out.
Yeah. Whoever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
The powers that be.
The UFC.
Want them to get less. For fighter, powers that be less. Or for the people.
More power in the hands of the fighters.
Yeah. 227. We've talked about it before. Cody, TJ.
Oh, man. Am I supposed to make a pick?
Who do you got, man?
Okay, so I think I said...
You've had a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I still follow. I still agree with my decision. I think TJ is going to win by a technical knockout in the third round.
Yeah. I'm going to go with TJ, but I'm not going to do technical. I think he's going to break fucking Cody's face.
Lights out, KO.
One shot. One shot.
Wait,
one opportunity.
You mean
spaghetti?
Like, not like first shot of the fight.
No.
Not like one shot is all he needs.
No. I think he's just gonna get him with one.
There's gonna be one clean, timed and placed and powered shot that just lights out 99.
And Cody will then get put on the expendable list real quick, because I don't think anybody's gonna want to see him fight after that.
Yeah, I mean, Cody's career is not.
It's not all cracked up like it should be.
It was
as a title contender and as a person who has the title. It's not that cracked up.
Wait, what do you mean has the title?
He's very frequently.
Well, he doesn't have. He's not the champion though. TJ's the champion.
I get that.
But he had an opportunity to get.
He had the title. He beat Dom.
Oh, you're right. He was a champion.
He beat Dom.
Oh, he was a champion.
But like the whole aspect of getting to Dom, right, and then beating Dom. Well, I mean, he beat Dom.
He beat TJ to get the belt, right? No. This is when
TJ...
Dom...
So here's how...
Dom had the belt?
TJ beat Henao Barrow, or whatever his name is. Henan Barrow.
Yeah.
And then Henan Barrow got an immediate rematch. He beat him again.
Oh.
Then Dom finally was healthy, came back, fought TJ, beat TJ.
Oh, okay.
Then TJ...
So now Dom holds the belt.
Dom holds the belt.
And then Cody beats Dom.
Cody beats Dom.
Now Cody has the belt. Then TJ beats
Cody. And now we got a rematch.
We're here. Yeah.
And now and now in 3 weeks or less, August, I think it's 7th. Yeah, August 7th. Because the Samsung Galaxy, can't talk about it. But anywho, good phone coming out soon. But the fight coming on the 7th, TJ, 3rd round knockout. I feel like it's just gonna be.
Well, either way, the Modern Times staff here is saying that it is going to end in the 3rd round by TJ.
And I'm for that. Is he out here or is he back in California?
No, he trains at Dwayne Bang Ludwig's, and he also trains under Elevation Fight Team, which is under Cody Donovan, Elliot Marshall, Professor Cody, Professor Elliot Marshall.
Interesting.
So he trains in Colorado. He lives in Colorado.
Oh, so he's here. So he's here full time.
He's probably here right now. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
He trains at Easton, Denver sometimes, and High Altitude sometimes, and mostly Dwayne Bang Ludwig's gym.
So now High Altitude. My quick question with that is like
High Altitude is an Easton school, but they've always been because.
Well, were they at Muscle Farm?
No, Muscle Farm was High Altitude. So High Altitude is different than Elevation Fight Team. High Altitude is a gym.
Gotcha,
is an Easton gym that Cody Donovan and Christian Allen run. That's their school, and then Elevation Fight Team is just this
group of guys,
this conglomerate.
They got like Curtis
Cody
Blade.
Donovan is one of the head coaches. Elliot Marshall's one of the head coaches. Christian Allen is the head striking coach. So High Altitude and Elevation Fight Team are one's a gym, one's like a
team,
a group. Yeah, just a group of people, and
they
used to train at the Muscle Farm fight facility.
Gotcha.
But they no longer do. Now Easton, Denver is where they train at. Yeah. But yeah, Boyan, Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, Curtis Blades.
Even Max is on Elevation.
Curtis Blades. Is Max got another fight?
Max is not doing MMA right now. No.
He's school right now.
He's doing school.
We'll let him talk if he ever wants to come on.
No, he's taking a break from MMA right now. He's an awesome coach. He's the head coach of our Muay Thai program. So
I loved him. I loved him with the kids. One of the kids, something happened today, and he got like bonked on the face pretty hard.
Okay.
And Max like went up to him. It looked like if it was like a father like talking to his son. Like it was like he was like, dude. He's like, I know it hurts right now. Like. Everything's gonna be okay. This is not the worst pain you're gonna like feel in your life. Like, and it was just like
you're like, damn, Max, I see you.
Dang, man, and it just shout out again to Easton Centennial. I mean, it's just
guys, come train, come learn some martial arts, come learn how to strike in Muay Thai from Max, or come learn how to grapple from Professor Ethan Snow and Professor Phil Miller and Professor Valor Caballero.
I just love sometimes when you get your accent going.
Caballero, man.
got the Eva.
Like this guy, he like does not even know what he's talking about.
Oh man,
this one guy.
Well, hey man, I think this has been a good. What is it? We got an hour?
We're at an hour 43 minutes.
Hour 43.
I think it's about time we start wrapping this thing up. I mean, it was a good first episode of Modern Times. I'd say we're happy to do this thing. This thing has started. We're gonna upload this video. This is the.
I think this is the first video. I think we're uploading this tonight.
We didn't blow it. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't say.
I think
two.
We'll listen to the video just to see how the audio sounds. Yeah. See how our volume is and everything. But
see if Zander can like produce to make me look thinner. I'm gonna do. Ooh, you know what? Next episode. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the next episode. We're going to do a weight loss challenge / you guys maybe tell me something that you would like me to do to help me lose weight.
So maybe we're
I'm going to do it and like I want to lose weight. So obviously
what is
people
the weight loss challenge though? Like I can't lose.
I know you don't. I guess if I don't hit a mark, you can like throw a pie in my face or something.
A personal goal for yourself.
Yeah. Okay. If I don't make the weight loss challenge, we get to do a special gauntlet at Easton or something, and they just get to whip the hell out of me.
We should.
I mean, we could put it up.
I mean, we'll We'll do something. I don't know if it'll be Easton. We can't enforce a gauntlet or something.
He's like, we can't enforce just like
we're not going to have, Professor Snow tell everyone, because of their podcast, Stefan needs to get whipped by everyone. It's kind of weird. We can do our own thing. It's kind of weird. We'll do our own thing.
What do we do? Just like shoot like a Roman candle at me or something?
That's not bad.
I feel like that's pretty bad.
We'll think of something. We'll brainstorm over the next few days. We'll have some ideas for you. But if you guys like have any ideas for us about this weight loss
stuff that you guys want to talk about too,
or any like points of advice, like he said, that might help him or whatever, or just any ideas of what we should do for this challenge or what the parameters might be or the punishments or whatever, any of that stuff. So.
The punishments.
I think it was a good first episode, man.
Roman candle. When I said it, I was like, fuck.
You're just like, oh, fuck. All right. I don't picture it point blank. I picture like us in a field. I think I'd have to aim, and you can run. That's like part of the weight loss right there. You're running from the Roman candle.
Okay, I can dig it. Well,
we'll think of something.
All right. Do you want to do the sign off? Or you want me to do it? Rock, paper, scissors.
What? Is this a consistent thing? Is this going to be every time?
No,
I think in the past you've done the intros and I've done the sign outs. You want to just do that?
I'm okay with that.
I think you've got a good intro.
Let's handshake on that. My hands are super sweaty.
Okay, we got Steph the intro man, and I am Zander the closing guy. So, with that being said, this was episode 1 of Modern Times. It is now the 24th of July because it is now 12:03 a.m. So, it was a good one. We're going to see you guys next time. We're just really excited for this thing to take off. We're just having fun out here. Any last words, Steph?
We are the voice to speak if you are not heard, and we are the ears to listen when you are not being heard.
If you guys want us to talk about anything or want to tell us anything, want to tell us a story that we can broadcast for you, if you guys have some sweet stories in your life that we can you can just send us a little voice clip of you telling the story. Maybe we'll play that voice clip on the podcast, or
we got that. Then it could probably even spark some crazy stories that happened to us,
or our opinions on those stories, how we feel that. Yeah, so just send us stuff, send us input. We really want to build a family with you guys. We're trying to build a big network, build a big community. We're trying to hug you guys virtually. Get in here, baby. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. I think that's it for episode 1. That was fun.
1 episode out.
Yes. Bam.
Peace.
We'll see you next time, guys.
I'm out of here.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.